Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo. Another quarter has come and gone of 2024, and that means it is time to check in with my goals. I love to check in with my goals quarterly. It keeps me accountable, and it lets you know how I'm doing. So at the beginning of the year, I set 24 goals for 2024. They are sectioned off into lifestyle goals, financial goals, one and done goals I call, like one-off tasks, and my side hustle goals. I also set 10 bookish goals. So lots to go through. We might as well just get started. We will start with the 24 goals in 2024. Goal number 1 is to establish a morning routine. And I haven't done this whatsoever. My kids have continued on the train of not sleeping well. And so I just want to sleep in the mornings instead of wake up. I set my alarm for an early time, but then I just keep hitting snooze. So much so that my daughter knows the phrase, "Just one more snooze, mommy." So yeah. I'm not waking up when I want to, and I'm not doing the morning routine that I want. Our mornings are rushed, and I don't love that. I want to take time in the morning for myself, to exercise my body, to have some time for me, and I'm not doing that. So I need to work on it. I think my new job in the fall might help me with that because I need to be there earlier. And so just having that as like something to jump off on. Like I need to be there at 7:30, so I have to get up at this time. Maybe. Okay. Goal number 2 is walking my dogs. And I think the specific goal was 5 times a week. The summer has kind of been messing me up. My routine in April and May was super good. I would come home at lunchtime. I'd eat a quick lunch with my husband, and then I would walk the dogs. My husband is a teacher, and now that he's home during the summer, I haven't been walking my dogs like I usually do because I sit and have lunch with him because he's not as rushed. So we'll say kind of, kind of on this goal. I got to get in a better routine, especially now with my new job in the fall. I won't be able to come home for lunch. So we're either going to have to walk the dogs early in the morning, just myself, be a part of my morning routine possibly, or we're going to need to walk the dogs together as a family after school. I'll have to decide. Goal number 3 is to reduce my screen time on my telephone. And I would say I've been doing pretty well at this. Usually my screen time is under 3.5 hours, and lately it's been under 3 hours every day, which is kind of my goal. I'd love to have it less, obviously, but I definitely am more mindful of when I'm looking at my screen, especially around my kids. I don't want them to see mommy and see that mommy just constantly looks at her phone. So I'm working on it, and I think I'm doing pretty well. Goal number 4 was to complete the Yoga with Adriene challenge, and that was already completed in quarter 1, so we're great there. Goal number 5 is to try out diamond painting. Let me get it for you so you can see my progress. It's going very slowly, but I am working on it. I would say it's definitely less than half. Maybe, I don't even think it's a third done. I would say it's a quarter of the way done. Sorry for the plasticky noise, and you can't really even tell. But this whole bottom, like, quarter, I would say, is really, oh, you can really see how much I've done. If you look at the back, maybe you can't. Just looks like a whitewashed wall. But me holding up to the light, I can see how much I've done. And maybe it is closer to a third. So I'm working on it very slowly. I get in spurts of like when I really want to work on it. I get excited and work on it multiple evenings in a row, but then there are lulls and I don't work on it at all. So it's getting there. If I don't complete that particular diamond painting by the end of the year, I'm still going to mark this goal as complete because I did try diamond painting and I did super well on a project. Goal number 6 is to lose weight. Again, I don't want to go into numbers and I don't want to trigger anyone if this is a difficult subject, but it is something I would like to do to be more comfortable in my body. And to be completely honest, last quarter I gained weight. So I am working on this a little bit more, keeping my body more active than just being sedentary. I have added a walking pad into my life. I bought a walking pad just like 2 weeks ago and have been walking every evening after we put the kids to bed. I read and walk at the same time, and that's working. I have noticed some progress in just these last 2 weeks, so we're working on it. Goal number 7 is to donate blood 3 times. I did donate once, I believe, in quarter 1, and in quarter 2, I tried. But when I went to donate blood, I had just received like a Hep B vaccination because I'm going to start working in a school, and my primary care suggested I get that vaccine because I never got it. And I was within like a 21-day frame of getting that vaccine, so I couldn't donate blood. I have another donation scheduled for either end of July or early August, so I still should be able to get 3 donations in this year. Goal number 8 was to read Laundry Love and start loving the chore of laundry, and I'm happy to report that I did complete this in quarter 2. I read Laundry Love in June and have completely reworked our laundry routine. I am enjoying doing this rather mundane chore, and yeah, learned a lot from this book and have put it into action in our laundry routine. So that's a goal complete. Goal number 9 is to journal every evening. I have a journal on my bedside table that I like to write little bullet points of what happened that day. And then I also like to write funny quotes or cute sayings from my kids. And I would say I do this way more often than not. There are some evenings where I'm too tired and don't write in the book, or I am reading too good of a book and can't stop reading when I get into bed, so I jump into bed and read immediately instead of writing in the journal. But I would say it's like 90% of the time that I write in this journal, so that is going strong. Goal number 10 is to go on monthly dates with every person in my household. Quarter 1 was like 100% yes, I did it. Quarter 2, we really fell off the bandwagon. I did go on dates with Willie every single month in quarter 2, but I only went on 1 date with Theodore and 0 dates with Mabel. How sad is that? I found that I was either spending time with both kids at the same time by myself, or just all of us as a family doing fun things. So I guess I'm not mad about that, but I do want to intentionally have one-on-one time with the kids. So that's something I need to work on. Something I should schedule maybe more far off in advance. But the other thing is, like, I want to do fun things with each of them. And then if I have a fun thing planned with them, I don't want the other one to miss out. Like, say I wanted to take Theo to this cool toy store. Well, I don't want to leave Mabel out of that. So this one's a hard one. But I am, again, being more intentional about how I spend my time with the people that I love in my life. The last lifestyle goal is to complete a wardrobe inventory. In quarter 1, I had gone through my clothes and donated a bunch of items. And now in quarter 2, I have realized what I have in my wardrobe, and I think that this goal is complete. At one point, I wanted to like have a spreadsheet of all of the clothes I owned, and then I realized that that just wasn't really necessary. So I know what I have in my closet now. There are still some items I need to add to my wardrobe. Those black pants, I still need them. But now that it's summer, that's kind of not on the top of my priority list. So yeah, I would say that this goal is complete. Now we are on to our financial goals. Goal number 12 is to pay off our family loan. Multiple years ago now, we took a loan out from some family members to pay for Willie's master's degree, and we are just slowly paying off that loan. We are 40% of the way to paying it off from what amount we had left this year, if that makes sense. So my goal is to hopefully pay that off by the end of the year. We'll see. We're doing well now, but with the new job starting in the fall, things might need to change around in our budget a little bit. But for now, 40% of the way is good in my book. Goal number 13 is to contribute to our monthly sinking funds. There's a certain amount I want to give to our home sinking fund, our pets sinking fund, our travel, what other ones? Our car, and our Christmas savings. And I have done this every single quarter. And I've actually gone above and beyond in our travel sinking fund because Willie and I are planning a trip to Spain in October. So we have to save a little bit extra. But yes, I've been doing well on this goal. And the last financial goal, goal number 14, was to start using this health rewards app. And I did start using that in the first quarter. And I'm happy to say that I have made $170 on that app so far, just by it being connected to my Apple Watch. And whenever I exercise, those like minutes transition to points, which then add up to dollars. And so we can cash out and get gift cards. I'm trying to decide if I want to get just like an Amazon gift card, Visa gift card, or maybe a Barnes & Noble gift card and buy books. I don't know. But yeah, that app has been working out really well for me. I'm getting Willie more in tune with the app, and he is actually getting an Apple Watch so that his exercise and active minutes can get us some more cash. Now we're on to the one and done goals, or the one-off goals, things that you can do one time and they're complete. Goal number 15 is to redecorate our bedroom, and we've made some progress. I know kind of what I want to do. I know the paint color. I know kind of the decorations I want. The only thing we've officially done so far is gotten a new bedspread. I think I actually showed it in one of my vlogs in June because we just got it. But we're going to have just a very calming bedroom, hopefully by the end of the year. Goal number 16 is to fill in Theodore and Mabel's baby books. And I did a lot of work on this in quarter 2. I would say they are 90% of the way complete. There are just a few like dates I need to add and extra things. Like Mabel's baby book goes way in depth in like, this is how much a gallon of milk cost on the day you were born. And these are some of the headlines on the day you were born. And so there are some research I need to do because I'm a little bit behind in filling her book out. Anyway, really happy with the progress I've made on their baby books, and I would say we're almost done. Goal number 17, a goal I'm so happy to tell you is done. The goal was to switch mobile phone carriers. We were using a cell phone provider that I just did not agree with and couldn't deal with anymore. Their customer service was horrible, and some of their representatives have burned me terribly, and so I was ready to switch. We finally did it. We switched to Mint, and it's going really well so far. So that goal is complete. Goal number 18 is to paint our garage door. And this isn't our garage door like the one that goes up to let our cars out. It's the door going from our house to our garage. It's completely scratched up from one of our dogs, Barrett, who has some anxiety and scratched it up one day. Even though we have the paint and all of the supplies, we have not yet done anything to paint the door. So I'm hoping that is something we can get done in quarter 3. Goal number 19 is to install a screen door on our front door. And this is not done. We have made some progress in ideas of how we're going to do this. Willie is kind of the mastermind behind this project, and it'll hopefully get done in August. Goal number 20 was to clean out our garage, and we did do that in May. It felt great to get that done kind of at the beginning of the summer. We started the summer fresh, and the garage looks great. Goal number 21 was to set up our printer, and I accomplished this goal in quarter 1, even though the printer is not set up. In trying to set up the printer, I realized it was broken, and now we just don't have a printer. And so that goal was done in quarter 1, even though it actually wasn't completed. Goal number 22 is to send out Christmas cards. That's not going to happen until the end of quarter 4, and that's fine. The last 2 goals are related to my side hustle, or my YouTube channel. So goal number 23 is to reach 3,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I am at like 2,900 almost. So we're getting really close. If you are new here by chance and are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe and stick around. But I just thank all of you for helping me achieve this goal. I think I'll be able to get it by the end of the year. And lastly, goal number 24 is to host monthly live reading sprints. And I have done that every single month. I've done it and it's awesome. I actually started hosting sprints more often on my Patreon. So yeah, I love sprinting with people. It's nice to have people hold me accountable to actually read. And so it's really fun to be able to do that with all of you. Okay, so just for some stats, some numbers. After quarter one, I had fully completed 3 goals. Now, after quarter 2, I have fully completed 7 goals. So we have added 4 to the list. At the end of quarter 1, 14 goals were in progress. And at the end of quarter 2, 14 goals are still in progress. I think they might be the same goals. I don't know. Some of my more like long-term goals, things I need to do the entire year, are maybe the ones that are still in progress. And at the end of quarter 1, there were 7 goals that I had not even started. Now at the end of quarter 2, it is only 3 goals that I have not even started. So we're doing great. I have either completed or I'm in progress with 21 of my 24 goals. That's pretty amazing. All right, lastly, at the end of this video, we're just gonna go through my 10 bookish goals. Oh, and would you look at that? I have 12. I have 12 bookish goals. So let's go through these rather quickly. Goal number 1 was to read 125 books in the year. Crazily, I'm already at 104 books. So we are 83% of the way done with that goal when we really should only be at 50. That's gonna be a piece of cake. Goal number 2 was to stamp all of my books. My sister, I believe, got me this super cute stamp that says "From the Library of Rebecca," and I did do that in quarter 1. All of my books are stamped on the front page of the book, and you know, what I have not been doing is keeping up with stamping the books that are moving from my TBR to my shelves. I don't stamp the books on my TBR just in case I'm not going to keep them on my shelves, but when I decide to keep them, I need to stamp them. So that's a reminder to me, stamp the books that I'm adding to my shelves. Goal number 3 is to read down my TBR. I call it read to 0. I don't ever really think I will read to 0 because I love having books on my physical TBR. At the end of, or let's see, at the beginning of the year, I started with 263 books on my unread TBR. At the end of quarter 1, I was at 271. And at the end of quarter 2, I'm at 284. So this is slowly creeping up, which is just a reminder to me to read from my shelves and read the books that I'm buying. Goal number 4 is to finish 10 series this year, and I have finished 5 series. So I'm at 50% of that goal, right on target. Goal number 5 is to participate in the buzzword challenge, and I have kept up with this. In April, the buzzword was nature, and I read The Fire, the Water, and Maudie Begin by Sally J. Pla. In May, the buzzword was every, and I read Every Day by David Levithan. And in June, we needed repeating words in our title, and I read In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Goal number 6 is to complete the A to Z challenge, read a book that starts with every letter of the alphabet. And as of the end of quarter 2, I am at 21 of the 26 letters. So I am just missing K, Q, R, Y, and Z. If you have any good recommendations, leave them down below in the comments. I think I asked for recommendations last time. I know I maybe want to try 0 Days by Ruth Ware, but not so sure on the others. Why is R so hard? R, I feel like, should have been checked off immediately, but it wasn't. Goal number 7 is to read 12 adaptations, books that have been adapted to the screen. I'm at 6 out of 12, 50%, right on track. Goal number 8 is to read 12 borrowed books, books that I have borrowed from people and not given back. I have read 5 out of 12, so that's at 42%. Got to keep reading those borrowed books. Goal number 9 is to read 12 nonfiction, and I have already read 11 nonfiction, so we're at 92%, way ahead on that goal. Goal number 10 is to read my self-destruct books. I have a video that I put out, I think, at the end of November. There are 12 books I need to read in 12 months, or else they will be unhauled. I am at 4 out of the 12, so 33% of the way. Gotta get working on those self-destruct books. I actually have 1 on my TBR for July, so we're getting there. Goal number 11 is to read 12 books off of my Kindle, and I have read 7, so we're at 58% toward that goal. And the last goal is to complete the Book of the Month challenge. I talked about this in my previous quarterly update, but Book of the Month has really changed their yearly challenge. They're making it a lot more difficult. It used to be like, read 12 Book of the Month books. And now there are like multiple stages that you have to complete. So I am trying to read 15 Book of the Month books, read 5 debut darlings, read 4 page pushers, and read 6 different genres. Out of those goals, I have read 9 out of 15 Book of the Months. I've read 2 out of 5 debut darlings. I have read 4 out of 4 page pushers, so that one's done. And I have read 5 out of 6 genres. So I'm pretty close. If I read 6 more Book of the Month books that fit into like the debut and a different genre than I've read from before, I could finish that goal pretty easily. Anyway, I didn't do a tally of these because I don't think I've technically completed any of these. Oh, except for stamping the books. So 1 out of 12 is officially done, but I'm making steady progress on all of the other goals. Anyway, those are the goals. The update of the goals for quarter 2. Let me know halfway through the year how you are doing on your goals. Is there something that you have completed that you are super proud of? I would love to hear about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in another one very soon. Bye.